Hello, my name is Vicky. I'm a speech and language therapist, and today I'm going to talk to you about selective mutism. So selective mutism is a condition that you may have heard of before. It's considered a phobia, and we're going to talk a little bit about what it is, how it's diagnosed, and also some of the intervention methods that might be used if a child is diagnosed with selective mutism. So let's talk a little bit about the development of selective mutism, the risk factors, the triggers, and the maintaining factors, which is a phrase you're going to hear a lot in this presentation, and we'll talk about what those are in a bit. So some of the risk factors for developing selective mutism include things like being a sensitive child, having a reactive personality that leads to sensitivity and anxiety, and sometimes there's a family history of shyness or selective mutism, or anxiety or mental health disorders. They may have speech and language difficulties, they may have separation anxiety, and other things as well. They may then also have the maintaining factors of negative associations, strengthened and maintained by frequent pressure to speak, disapproval or punishment if they do not speak, or even adults supporting them, removing the need to speak by speaking for them, parental anxiety, increased attention that happens when they're anxious about talking. They are assigned a silent role. There is no need for them to change, and there is an expectation to change without appropriate understanding and intervention. And then, in terms of risk factors, the child's experience may contribute to an insecurity, lack of confidence, or fear of making mistakes. They may not have enough boundaries, they may have too many responsibilities, or they may have too much criticism, or too many expectations for them. So all of these things may contribute to a sensitive child having the risk factors and the maintaining factors to then trigger selective mutism. And then the trigger can be that the child associates speaking with distress or feeling uncomfortable. And the distress can then be triggered by separation from parents, an unfamiliar environment, or a noisy, busy place, some difficulties that they have with speaking or being understood, or having pressure to perform, or having teasing and bullying occur. Or avoidance could also be modeled by family members or people close to them. So there is learned fear and repeated avoidance of talking to people outside the comfort zone, and that can then lead to selective mutism. And here's a bit of a quick summary about how we have a summary of factors that contribute towards the development of selective mutism. So you might have a vulnerable child, genetically disposed or environmentally disposed, and then you have life events. So sometimes there can be small or big events that are linked to developing a fear associated with the expectation to speak. And then you have the maintaining factors, so all the external things, the reactions to their mutism that reinforce the fear of speaking. And then that leads to selective mutism, and that occurs in a specific environment.